All right, welcome to this lab where we're going to take a look at how to use retention policies and retention policy locks with cloud storage using the web console. So I'm going to create a new bucket for this. I'm going to call it GCS demo retention. And note that we actually have the possibility to set up a retention policy right here when we create the bucket. But I'm just going to create it without one first, and then show you how to do this from the console, in case you have already an existing bucket. If you're doing this for an existing bucket, then remember that you need to have permissions to do this, right? So you need to have update permissions onto the bucket itself, because these are basically metadata for the bucket. Yeah. So here we are in the newly created bucket details page. And here we can take a look at the protection tab that will allow us to access the retention policies. First thing that we need to check is that the object versioning is not on. Remember, retentions do not support versioned buckets. And as you can see here, it is off. And then we can here set the retention policy as we wish. If we do this, we get this policy window over here. And I'm going to, for demo purposes, I'm going to create a ridiculous retention policy. Let's call it 5 minutes. Yeah, so that's going to be 5 times 60, 3,000 seconds, right? Of course, here I mean 50 minutes. 50 times 60 is 3,000. And now you can see that the retention policy has been created and is currently in unlocked status. So what does this mean? So if we go and take a look at our retention policy bucket here, and let's say we upload a file there, yeah? We use the same index.html file that we have used previously. Note when we're uploading, it even polls us for confirmation regarding this, right? So we have an active retention policy of 3,000 seconds. That means that we will not be able to delete or overwrite the object before that. We're okay with that. There we go. And the file has been uploaded. There's nothing different here, right? Everything looks perfectly normal. However, if we try to remove this object, the following happens. Could not be deleted. New details. The object is subject to the bucket's retention policy and cannot be deleted, overwritten, or archived until blah. And this happens to be roughly, 4 minutes from now. Again, of course, this happens to be 49 minutes from now. So that's the effect that this has. Now, due to this, another side effect of this is that we cannot delete the bucket. Right? So let's try to delete the bucket that contains that retention policy. Could not be deleted. Why? Well, again, because we have a file in it that cannot be deleted. So that means the bucket cannot be deleted either, because a bucket needs to be empty to be deleted. Fair enough. So if we go back, and we now remove the retention policy. There we go. Then, of course, we can delete the file again. There we go. That worked. Okay. So one more thing is the retention policy lock. So for that, let's go put the retention policy back. And then let's lock it. There we go. Now the retention policy is locked. Now, if we upload something, we are now, of course, not able to delete the object. So this is what we already knew. But what makes this interesting now is we can't delete the retention policy because it's been locked. Right? We can still edit it, though. Now if we edit it, let's say that we want to move it back to 60 seconds. And you can see that a locked retention policy can't be removed or reduced in duration. So the only thing that we can do when we're editing it is we can add more to the retention period, right? And now that we have a locked retention policy in our bucket, and the only way to really get rid of this is to delete the bucket. And again, to be able to delete the bucket, we first need to wait for all of the objects to have suffered their retention policy in total, and then we can delete the individual objects, and then after that we could also delete the bucket as well. So let's wait for 50 minutes and then try it again. So let's go and take a look. We have passed the retention time now. It was 50 minutes, so 3001 seconds. So we still cannot remove the retention itself. However, can we now remove the bucket? Let's try. Exciting. And there you go. So you can see that the bucket could be deleted, but only once all of the files in it had reached their retention time. Thanks for this, and see you later in the next lab.